Jessica, you had shared some things with me before about your loyalty approach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think loyalty, especially if you're in an environment where you have to really understand a single channel, and many of us don't like to say that word, we like to think multi-channel. In the case of some of the brands at Estee Lauder where we do not have a freestanding store, let's say, we have to start understanding what are those sort of inherent, unique qualities that live in a single channel, especially online. And loyalty has sort of had a natural fit for us with, as many sites today are introducing automatic replenishment for either skincare or different types of products that, just like vitamins, have a very natural replenishment cycle. So loyalty for us may have a very nice natural fit as it relates to automatic replenishment and knowing we can bring her back and reward her for that. So it's a little bit of a service married with obviously retention.
I wonder if that replenishment strategy works in apparel and houseware or other verticals.
Well, I would say at Kenneth Cole, I haven't seen the replenishment need yet, but when I was at Tommy Hilfiger, the children's clothing was replenishable. So, being a proud father of two, you can anticipate the back to school push and replenishables for what I would call commoditized products like polos, Oxfords, pairs of shorts that are going to get grass stains and or the new season's colors because your kid's gone for 4 years, 14 to 5T. Those are big replenishables, and you can absolutely set cadences and triggers for that sort of stuff, which I've seen.
Are there any specific technologies that you guys are investing in now or have invested in that you think give you ROI? And you can either talk about the type of technology or the vendor, it doesn't matter, but just over the last year or what you're currently investing in. I know, Tom, you mentioned a few during yours around personalization and recommendations. Any others? We have a new platform, web platform.
One of the things that I've looked at that I know has a serious ROI against it is actually email marketing and sort of remarketing. So we do this thing where we send out an email, and if you don't open it up, we resend it to you within a certain time frame. I don't know what the technical term for it is. It's sort of new. There aren't that many email providers that have a system that allows you to kind of set up all these triggers, but you can have many triggers or one trigger. We found it to have a huge ROI for us. It actually got us through our holiday season. We met our goal with no problem using it. So that to me is it's not that new of a technology, but it's a new way of using email technology. So that's one that I was thinking.
Well, I could be everybody's moneymaker. Because I think what you're hitting on is a very valid point, right? And I think a lot of folks overlook the fact that we've got this rich data source, and how do I market to that in a way that I can see immediate ROI? And certainly email triggers and email triggering campaigns is a big component there. And so dovetailing on the comment that you made, a great welcome program would certainly lead to more fulfillment refined in your relationship with your clients. So it's not only when you have them as a customer, it's how you bring them on into your organization. That's really a really key component of your overall strategy.
How about those of you that have international sites?
We have international sites. I don't want to, but we have international sites that we're localizing, right? So, and I'm also using translation. So, translation technology has come a long way, in even the last 5 years, and to where you don't need to have humans translating, which can be very cumbersome, obviously, especially if you're translating into many different languages. So now it can be sort of automated, and they can also automate some of the back-end messaging that needs to go out with your campaigns at a fairly low cost. I mean, it's fairly reasonable. So for me, that's big from an international standpoint, obviously.
So here's an interesting question. Is there a certain innovation or type of innovation that you consider that you chose not to do? Or maybe you're waiting on?
I have one that probably many of you in the room have encountered, possibly vendors. This probably isn't your area. It really comes down to, obviously, in the cosmetics and beauty world, it's really narrowing in on the makeover tool. So there's many makeover tools. They've been in the space for at least 9 years, and I'm sure many of us who have met with different types of vendors, some are elegant, some are close to being obviously more tailored for your brand needs and your look and feel, and some are clunky. I think we have one really strong example that's in the marketplace now. That was a pilot and done with a really well-chosen vendor, which was Estee Lauder. Launched a sort of a play with color makeover tool that was done very on brand, lots of engagement, and has a way, obviously, living on your apps tray like a widget does, to be updated and push information. So I think that's one area where many of our brands have held back. It's a natural fit for us to go there, but there's many brands that want to remain aspirational and not have someone upload their own photo. And now today it is all about your own photo. So I think it's something we've waited on, and I think we're learning a lot from what we've seen at Estee Lauder. So.
Do you feel like you're waiting for the technology to catch up with the need?
I will say we were, and that was the case for a while. I think there was a lot of color accuracy errors in trying to put blush on as you play with color. We've seen through the vendor Estee Lauder work with a lot of accuracy and really fine tuning and what that experience is like on a face, especially if it's your own face, then it gets really personal. So we think that that's been a really well-chosen
There's such a fine line between having a bad experience, I guess, right? That you've got to toe that line carefully.
Exactly.